It is time. It is finally time to show you guys my brand new pet room. I have been talking about this for almost a year now. This is like the longest planned video I've ever had. This is the biggest project for the pets we've ever done. This was a full part of our house remodel for the pets, not just a moving stuff around in the pet room. So, can't wait to show you guys. Can't wait to see what you think. Here we go. Hey guys, it's Allison. Welcome to the Tiny Herd. I can't believe today is finally the day I'm showing you guys my full new pet room reveal. So this is gonna be the makeover video. I'm gonna show you guys how this room started and how we got to where we are today, all of the details. I'm absolutely in love with it. I can't wait to show you guys. Honestly, sometimes when I'm in this room, I don't feel like it's real. Walk you through the entire process. There will be a room tour video once I get the rest of my decor, because there is some stuff that still needs to go up on the walls that hasn't come in the mail yet, but I couldn't wait to show you guys the actual room itself. It is like 97% done other than the decor, so I am super excited. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and walk you through exactly what we did to get this room, and then of course, show you the grand reveal of the brand new room. This is where the room originally started. It was my craft room, and you can see it's pretty much wasted space, kind of just like storage. We decided to move the pets to this room because it's going to be a lot more space, a lot more storage, and then where I live, the only real natural disaster we have to worry about is tornadoes, so it's much safer for them to be down in our basement. Everything else that we could possibly need is also already set up in here, so it just seemed like the obvious perfect choice for the pet room. So the first thing that we had to do to get this room ready was actually to build a wall here between the room and kind of like our utility room, because one of the bunnies or multiple of the bunnies are going to be in this room. My dad actually came up and helped us build this wall. He actually helped us with a lot of this project, but we did the wall first so that we could just get the project started, and then he did come back later to help with the flooring and stuff that you'll see in a little bit. So we got the wall in, we put a door in there, and it turned out really, really nice. The next thing that we had to do was get all of the stuff out of the room, and this actually took us an entire weekend. There was a lot of stuff in here. We had kind of been using it as a storage area, but once we got all that stuff out, we could really see better what we were working with. These paint colors obviously need change. The carpet was just old and gross and not easy to clean, not what I was going for at all. You can see our little gym area here. The lighting is not very good, but the nice thing about this room is that it already had a sink and all the electrical and everything we needed to do exactly what I wanted in this room. So I really wanted it to be really nice and aesthetic, especially for filming, but I also wanted it to be completely functional, easy to keep clean, since it is, of course, a pet room. The next thing we needed to do was paint everything. Of course, I wanted everything to match in the room, so I chose this like off-white color to paint everything. You can see how dark it kind of seems in this room, so I really wanted to brighten it up, so I chose like an off-white, and then we will have gray accents. So I want to say that for this project, the cabinets that we added and the flooring actually came out of my brother's house. He remodeled his house and we took the stuff that he took out. So we actually didn't have to buy flooring and we didn't have to buy cabinets, which was awesome. But you will see I did have to paint the cabinets so that they all matched, and we did use one cabinet that had already been in the room. So I sanded those down, painted them a really nice gray color that I ended up really liking. So painted all of the walls, painted all of the cabinets. I had to paint some trim. We touched up the baseboards. So there was a lot of painting. Before I could paint the rest of the walls, we actually had to get this whole little like counter cabinet area out so that it would just, be easier to paint around and behind. And it was all coming out anyway. So we pulled all of this stuff out. We did figure out how to do it ourselves. Honestly, it wasn't really that hard, but it was a project for sure. We got it out, and I was able to prep the wall to paint, because if you guys can't tell, these walls are paneling, which is like not my first choice. Our house was built in the 70s, so there's like paneling in the basement and a couple other places. So it's not fun to paint. It's really hard to paint sometimes because it's not like flat and solid like drywall is. So I got all of this painted. I got it completely ready to have new cabinet and countertop to go in. And then honestly, once I was done painting, the next step for us was to paint the doors and the trim, which I did. You'll see in a second that they're a nice bright white. And then we did paint the trim around our wall shelves, which are kind of hard for me to explain, but when you see them, it makes a little bit more sense. They were built into the house when we bought it. We didn't build them in, but we painted those our accent gray color, and they ended up really accenting the room and looking really nice. At this point, things start moving pretty quick. We knew my dad was going to be coming up for a week in about a week's time, so we had to really get moving, and the next step was ripping up this old gross carpet for the new hardwood flooring that was going down. So we just cut it into strips, rolled it up to get it out of there, and as soon as we got it out of there, even with that gross brown yellow glue color on the floor, it made a huge difference in how bright the room was. So it was a really good choice to get that carpet out of there, besides the fact that it was just really old and disgusting. So we got that out. We got the floor all cleaned and prepped and ready for the new hardwood floor to go in, which again came out of my brother's house. Then my dad came up, and things again at this point really started moving quick. We had our countertop, we had our cabinets ready to go, and I came home from work the day my dad arrived to a fully installed cabinet and countertop. And then that evening he actually cut out the sink and got the sink dropped in and ready to hook up the water and everything. So then we prepped for the floor, and the next day at work they put the floor in, and I came home to this beautiful new floor. My room started to be put together. He had done some electrical work. They put in these new super bright LED lights. The lighting in here is so much better. It all really started to come together very quick at this point. I got my faucet. We did some other electrical and plumbing work just to make the room perfect how I wanted it. And then once all of that was done, I did a really, really good deep clean of the room, and then was able to start moving in the pet stuff. The last building thing that we had to do was I wanted some shelves hung above the cabinet area for more storage and just to make it a more finished look. So Pig Dad and I did hang those shelves ourselves. I had painted them to match the same gray as the cabinet. We just got some wall brackets and measured it into the studs and hung those up. And then that was really the last finishing touch on the room. At this point, I started to move down all of the pet stuff, and the next weekend we moved all of the pigs into the room. To move the pigs, I just put them all into carriers and then pretty much just tore down their cages. I tried to keep the CNC cages as one piece because they're all zip tied to the coroplast and all of that. But I just got the pigs out. We carried the cages down the best way that we could, and then we had to take the tables apart. So these are just melamine tabletops with table legs from IKEA. So they're pretty easy. We built them ourselves, so we were able to take them apart. Andy had fun bopping through his mess, as you can see, and it needs deep cleaned. We're planning on ripping the carpet out of this room here soon, so not a big deal, but this is why I did not want carpet in the new pet room. We put the tables back together the way I wanted them in the new room, and we had Mac as the best helper that you could have for building tables. And then once the tables were built, we just put the cages back on them. I set them up, and we brought all of the piggies down to their new home. And at this point, guys, it is time to show you the old pet room, and then I'll show you the before of the new pet room, and then we're going to do a full reveal of the brand new room. Here we go. thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed getting to see the full makeover of our new pet room. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I have been waiting to do this video for so long. It feels so weird to finally have it out there, but I would love to know what you guys think. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I make new pet related videos every single week. Follow me on Instagram. And again, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.